Here are my absolute non-negotiables when I am trying to or going to lose fat. Right now I'm going through a cutting phase and I am planning to drop 30 pounds in the next 6 months. If everything goes well and things are okay, I might take a diet break here and there, but that's what we're shooting for. We're going to shoot for the 170s from where I'm currently at, and that's the low 200s. And it might take a little bit longer, and that's okay. But as of right now, I'm going at a good clip. I feel pretty good. I did this last year too, and we're just going to try and repeat it. So here are the best things that I can do that I would share with you that help me stay on top of this shit. And first things first, as soon as I wake up, I take a piss. And then I check my weight. Put my weight down into a piece of paper, and I write down my weights every single week, okay? I actually don't have this piece of paper. There's one in my bathroom that I keep. As soon as I wake up, I put my weight down. I write it down. I write it in my chronometer. I write it in 3 different places. So I'll write it in my chronometer app, whichever app you use for like counting your calories, which is an absolute, is number one really, is like having a scale, counting your calories, counting how much you're getting of whatever you're getting. And so first thing I do, weight. After I check my weight, I write it down on that list, and on this piece of paper that I have here, I can fit 4 weeks on here. And so I can fit 4 weeks, and after 7 days, I average a total, and then I look at an average weight instead of just like every day, like seeing like minus 0.2, plus 0.1, minus, that's a waste. Looking at it at a week at a time is way better for the mental health. After I check my weight, I take pictures. I take a front and I take a back. I used to take a side every time, and honestly, the hack is put it in your notes app instead of your gallery, because if you put it in your notes app, you can just like have it all saved all in one, and it's kind of like hidden in a way, just in case like you're showing somebody, your mom, like a video or a picture, instead of you just like looking like a fat piece of shit on your phone, you can just, go and show them the video that you wanted to show them on your phone anyways. So you take a picture of the front and you take a picture of the back, and you just get in that routine. You write it down in your chronometer, you write it down in your picture note, and then you write it on your piece of paper. 3 places already that I do. And then the next thing I do is I drink my big bottle of water. Do that every single morning, because honestly at work I don't drink enough water. And so I eat a lot of fruits and vegetables now, more than I usually do. And so I get a lot more water that way. But doing that, I am able to get a little bit more water content, but it guarantees that I at least have 2 liters under my belt before I leave the house. Ideally, you get like 4 liters within the day. And the more water going through your system, the better. You want to have clear pee, okay? So drinking lots of water, obviously. So that beginning part is honestly so important. I neglect it a lot, because like sometimes I'll just like count my calories and I'll just be like, oh, well, this is that. And then if you don't track your weight, you're wasting your time. If you don't track the food that you're eating, you're wasting your time. There's people that are like intuitively eating that can lose weight or lose fat or whatever. But really, if you just put the numbers down, you just be real, you be honest with yourself, you're going to get results. And if you don't, then you know exactly why. If your weight's not going down in averages every week, it's because your calorie deficit does not exist. I have been through the ringer in diets and what things you can try and what things you can do. And I know for a fact that the only thing that works is if I eat lower calories than I expend. Does that make sense? Yes, exactly. So calories in, calories out. Doesn't matter what diet. If you're vegan, carnivore, doesn't matter. Keto, anything like that, nothing is gonna do it for you. Once you find that caloric deficit is when you actually lose the fat, lose the weight. Other than that, I like to hit my goal of at least 130 grams of protein. I used to be a 1 gram per pound of protein kind of guy. I would eat 200 grams of protein every single day. I don't honestly know if that's going to make a huge difference. So I cut it down to anywhere between 130 and 150. I could probably even go lower and not see much difference. The real thing that matters is that you're doing some resistance training throughout this thing and keeping the intensity up. So I train to failure basically on every single workout and exercise I do, but I only do 4 or 5 exercises per workout, and I train 3 to 4 times a week, depending on how I feel. On top of this, I like to jog and skip every single day. And that's what I've been doing for the last 2 weeks of the 5 weeks that I've been cutting so far. And that helps me increase my caloric, my caloric deficit, so that I can eat a little bit more on the days that I train a little bit more. But when you're really starting out, I recommend like you don't even start training super hard. Like you just go to the gym, do resistance training, and try and keep your muscle / build muscle and keep the intensity up. And just like feel sore. You want to feel just generally sore every single day, and that really helps. And so generally feeling sore requires you to push it a little bit in the gym and And on top of that, I think everybody should learn how to warm up and learn how to stretch kind of after. And if you're going to watch TV in the middle of the night, or not in the middle of the night, but before you go to bed, try and roll out. Get a roller, do these things that keep your body going so that you can show up for the next workout. And so what I've learned as I've been doing my challenge of running and skipping every single day is that I just need to do a little bit every day. I don't need to do a 10-mile run every single day. Instead, I do a 2-mile run every single day, and I skip for 10 minutes. And that's easy. I look forward to doing it the next day. And it doesn't take away from my workouts that help me keep the muscle. Because if you want to be aesthetic, you got to have some muscle. And as you slowly shred down, you're going to see it. Your muscle is going to be more defined, and that's going to give you the look that you want. So that is another thing. And then the next thing you're going to do is you're going to eat the same shit every single day. It doesn't have to be in the same order. It doesn't have to be in the same recipes. But if you have your staples, which are, for me, it would be textured vegetable protein, tofu, vegan protein powder. I like Builder's bars. I eat a Builder's bar every day. And then fruits, vegetables. These are what I'm eating. Apples, bananas. And oatmeal, rice, potatoes. That's it. I just eat the same shit, and then the vegetables basically just mix it up, and I'll spice it differently depending on what I'm craving that day. And I just keep eating the same shit. Once a week, I'll go out to eat something that resembles something that I could make, that I could count the calories in, that I could estimate the best. A part of the caloric deficit is you need to have a scale. There is no ifs, ands, or buts. If you are just eyeballing everything and you're like cooking with oil like a retard in your fat loss, journey, then, or you're doing like just peanut butter, like real peanut butter, you're wasting your calories. And if you're not measuring it, you're never going to be in a deficit. So measure everything that you put into your body. Now, I won't say everything because I'll have like 2 stalks of lettuce, or not lettuce, celery. And I'm like, I don't even care how much it is. The fact that I'm getting these greens, these fibers in, no matter how many calories it is, I need this for my body. I'm hitting some micronutrient goals. And so by doing this, by having a little bit more fiber, by having these meals that are more whole food plant-based has been what really helps me. So you get your protein target, you try and drink as much water as you can to make sure that your pee is clear. You wake up, you weigh yourself, you take a picture every single morning, and then you could do like monthly measurements if you want to. I find that's really helpful, especially if you don't really see, because if you look at yourself throughout every single day taking the pictures, you're not going to see a lot of change. But every 10 pounds that you lose or every 5 pounds that you lose, try a measurement, see if anything's changed, and that might give you the motivation to keep going. And then from there, nothing else you really have to do other than have a set bedtime. And I like to sleep anywhere from 8:45 to 9:30. And that allows me to wake up early, do the things that I need to do, hit all my non-negotiables, and helps me stay on top of it. And the better your sleep is, the better decision making you're going to have, the more energy you're going to have, and the less cravings you're going to have for all those dog shit foods that you have. So right now, I'm eating a vegan diet, and that has really helped me throw away all the bad foods that I really don't like. I used to fucking annihilate Snickers, M&Ms, a lot of chocolatey shit, sweet shit that just have a lot of milk, eggs, things like that just like kill your calories. And it's not all purely out of the reason I'm doing the vegan diet is not all because like, I just want to get as ripped as possible and it just seems like the easiest diet to do it. It's like, no, it's also for the ethical reasons. For exploiting animals is just totally fucked up, and it's something that I can't believe it's gotten me this long in my life where I haven't really seen that. And it's a topic that I'm actually becoming more and more passionate about as I learn more about it each day. So yeah, those are my non-negotiables. Try and drink water. I would say, drink fucking 0 calorie anything if you want to, if that helps you. I like black coffee. I like Coke Zeros, but I think I'm getting acid reflux from them, so I've laid them off. So whatever makes you feel the best. As you get lighter, you're going to start to feel better and better and better. And you're going to start looking better. You're going to be more charismatic. You're going to be more confident. And as you eat the same shit every single day, your brain is not going to allow you to crave these disgusting bad foods that, we're all accustomed to, which obviously they taste good and we can enjoy them. I just recommend, if you're in a fat loss phase, don't fucking even touch them. Don't even go close to them. And if you don't have them in your house, you'll never have them out and about. I'm done. I'm over the times where I'm like, I'm going to just walk over to the gas station and grab a Snickers bar. That's fucked up. Anyways, those are my non-negotiables for my fat loss phase. So hopefully that helps. Always remember to rep the set. I'll see you in the next one.